All right, folks, welcome back inside the janitor's closet where we are hot officially. Not warming up. We're not just on the upslope. We're not doing all that. We're hot officially. Josh Frey-Sam, Bryce Hunt. We are on an 8-2 run here, Bryce, in the month of June, and things are really looking up for us here as we continue to progress through this beautiful, beautiful month. 55, 42, and 3 for plus 7.6 units on the season as a total, and we are hopefully things are just going to continue to get better from here on forward. Folks, we have a quartet of plays for you folks for Tuesday, June 18th. A quartet. For those that don't know, that means four. But before we get into those, folks, let me just remind you guys that if you are tailing us, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment if you're tailing the fellas. Also, feel free to give us a follow on X at TJC Bets. Bryce, you posted a winner for the folks on Father's Day, and well, we had the books calling us daddy on that day. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the plays for Tuesday, June 18th. And Bryce, we're starting in Minnesota. The place that is, I think I said last video, Toronto's geographically closest to us. I actually meant Minnesota is geographically closest to us. Toronto's actually in the same country as us, but Minnesota is technically geographically closer to us. We're going to start over there in Minnesota where the Tampa Bay Rays are visiting those Minnesota Twins. What do we got over there?
Well, Josh, it was a pretty fun weekend. If you're a Minnesota Twins fan, they looked pretty incredible against Oakland. Had a lot of fun. They were swinging the bats as well as anyone. And we're going to be backing them here for our first play of the day. Minnesota Twins first 5 innings minus a half. This is going to be Pablo Lopez and Aaron Savali. And we're looking for Pablo Lopez to kind of bounce back, settle back into that ace status that we have him as. It's been a tough command of his arsenal till still to this point. I still think highly of him. I think he can get it back for us, get everything that he needs to sort it out. And the Rays offense grades out as one of the bottom 10 in the league in nearly every category. Pablo faced a similar offense last time out against Colorado and he had success. And as I mentioned, that Twins offense led by Carlos Correa and Royce Lewis have caught fire. Their lineup's getting deeper by the day. This is only going to be a 1 unit play to get us going out of the gates here, just in case something happens where Pablo's still not rolling for us. But we are going to be backing Minnesota for 1 unit, first 5 minus a half here.
Love it. Just dip the toes, get a feeler for the slate. Now we go over to Toronto, Ontario, where the Boston Red Sox will be visiting those Blue Jays in this AL East matchup. What do we got?
Well, much like Minnesota, as I just mentioned, the Boston Red Sox had themselves a pretty enjoyable weekend themselves, taking a series from their rival, the New York Yankees there. And Josh, the last 3 games, the Red Sox offense has put up 7 or more runs, putting up touchdowns.
Goodness.
Maybe more touchdowns than the New England Patriots.
Hey.
Some would say. But yeah, we're going to be back in Boston here. First 5 minus 0.0 for 2 units here. Backing that offense, as we said, but also backing Tanner Houck, who's been one of the best and most consistent starters this season. He's faced some pretty good lineups. He's had some really good tests recently, and he kind of passed those tests, made it through a tough stretch. He's going to be facing a Toronto lineup that is much less intimidating than some of the ones he's gone up against. I mentioned Boston's approach at the plate. They have a great mix of speed and power right now. Guys like Tyler O'Neill are starting to get healthy. Rafael Devers, we know what he can do. With Boston's ace on the mound and their bats being red hot, we're going to take the Red Sox first 5 minus 0.0 for 2 units here as our second play.
All right, we're heating up here. The unit count's going up. Let's stay up with the unit count here and let's head west where we have 2 teams on opposite ends of the spectrum right now. We got the Los Angeles Angels all the way down here. Can't even see my hand. They're so far down. And then we got the Milwaukee Brewers who are paying a visit, who have been rolling so far this season. What do we got over there?
Yeah, Milwaukee's been an interesting story all year, right? They traded Corbin Burns and Obviously, Brandon Woodruff's been injured all year, but they've still kind of found a way to put together a good lineup and a pitching staff that has been more than capable at this point. Bullpen's been good enough, and they're first place right now. So good for them. This game is going to be Tobias Myers and Griffin Canning, and we're going to be taking the Milwaukee Brewers for first 5 innings minus zero point zero for 2 units, as you mentioned there, Josh. And this might be the model's favorite play of the day, projecting Milwaukee to win the first 5 innings by 4 runs.
Mm.
Tobias Myers has been pretty good lately. He's only given up 1 run in his last 14 innings. He's only given up more than 1 run once in his last 6 starts. Milwaukee's offense can be a little bit hit or miss sometimes, but despite that, they still have the 5th best OPS against right-handed pitching. And Griffin Canning is a guy who has to be perfect with his command to succeed, have any sort of success. He needs to be, getting chases on his curveball, really nipping at the corners with his heater. And if he slips up at any point against this offense, they can jump him. So we're going to be taking Milwaukee to do just that. First 5 minus zero point zero for 2 units.
Alrighty, and then we're gonna head back over to the East here, and we've got the San Francisco Giants and the Chicago Cubs to wrap up our slate. A couple of teams who are just kind of they're up and down, they're middling right so far this season, both hovering around that 500 mark. But what do we got over there, Bryce?
Yeah, it's a fun little ace off for a Tuesday night here at Wrigley. Logan Webb and Justin Steele, two legit all-star starting pitchers, elite secondaries. Justin Steele absolutely rolling right now with his fastball command, wipeout slider. Logan Webb, we know that's the best changeup in the game. I would even go as far to say that Steele is slightly better than Webb at this point in the season. He's really impressed me to this point. We're rolling with the Giants in this one. The model has them to score 4 runs in the first 5 innings against Justin Steele. I think that number might be a little bit lower just based on the adjustments that he's made throughout the year. But the reason why that number is so high because the San Francisco Giants have been the 5th best offense against left-handed pitching this season. They have absolutely crushed lefties. So that's why we're going to be backing them. 2 great pitchers. One offense really stands out against a lefty. We're going to be taking San Francisco's first 5 minus zero point zero. But just to protect ourselves from Justin Steele just going out and dominating, this is only going to be a 1 unit play. So we have 6 units total on the board across 4 plays. Going to be a busy Tuesday, one of our most packed
Good.
slates so far this season. And this is
Yes,
kind of what's
sir.
going to happen, right? When we have, as we add phases to this model, as it gets more information, more statistics, more data, we're going to have numbers for more games, and we're not afraid to pull the trigger on more plays for you folks, especially when we are going good as we are right now.
Goodness gracious me. Fire me up, baby. We are only in June and things are getting hot out here, baby. Folks, just to recap this slate, a quartet of plays for Tuesday, June 18th. We're going Minnesota Twins first 5 minus a half for 1 unit. We got Boston Red Sox first 5 minus zero point zero for 2 units. We're also going to stick with 2 units for Milwaukee Brewers first 5 minus zero point zero, and we are wrapping things up at Wrigley, where the San Francisco Giants, we need those guys in the first 5 minus zero point zero just for 1 unit. You mentioned it, Bryce, 6 units. Goodness gracious me, if we can get a sweep here. That would be a special Tuesday here in the month of June for the fellas and for the program. Folks, we always appreciate you guys tuning into the channel. We sincerely appreciate if you always stick around for the length of the video here so we can give you our comments and our reasoning and all the explanation on all of the plays. And while if you guys are still here, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment if you are tailing the fellas, and give us a follow on X at TJC Bets. Hopefully we are just getting started here for the summer. Looking forward to it, Bryce. Let's have a day.
Let's do it, bud.
All right, folks. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time, hopefully with sunglasses. Take care.